Hi, good morning.
How
Be it
are
a
you?
brownie or cookie, I'm doing good. Be it a brownie, a cookie, or a candy bar, who can resist indulging in a decadent chocolate treat? But there are many misconceptions about the amounts of cocoa flavanols in chocolate. So just what are the true benefits of chocolate? To answer that question, joining me now is registered nutritionist and dietitian Keri Glassman. Keri, can you share a few of your secrets for living a healthy lifestyle without sacrificing the foods we love?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we all love to eat chocolate, right? We all know that chocolate is one of our favorite treats, but many people don't know that the true benefits of chocolate come from the flavanols. And the flavanols are the phytonutrients found in the cocoa that actually help our bodies maintain proper levels of nitric oxide, which helps our body it helps our body with healthy blood flow. So, from our heads to our toe, our body needs proper blood flow for oxygen-rich blood and nutrients to be delivered throughout, through our whole bodies. So that's why I love Cocoa Via, because what they've done is they use their Cocoa Pro processing to actually extract the flavanols from the cocoa. So you're getting those true benefits of chocolate, and you can add it to your coffee. You can add it to yogurt. You can add it to, oatmeal. Like I said, I already mentioned yogurt, but that's actually one of my favorites. I love mixing it in to yogurt and it's almost like a chocolate pudding. So I'm getting obviously the benefits of actually I like doing that also with oatmeal too, and making like a chocolatey oatmeal in the morning. So that way I'm getting, those complex carbohydrates in the morning, but I'm also getting in those flavanols that I know are really the true benefits of chocolate.
Are there any particular types of chocolate that give us the most health benefits?
Well, like I mentioned, dark chocolate obviously has more, but you're still not getting as much of the flavanols as you would get in a supplement like this. But of course, the dark chocolate is going to be obviously much better for you than that super processed, milk chocolate out there, where you don't really reap any of the benefits of the actual, of the cacao and of the cocoa. So you want to really make sure you are eating the darkest chocolate that you can, and or using, a supplement like a Cocoa Via.
With the many health misconceptions of health benefits out there, can you tell us what are the real health benefits of chocolate?
Okay, so again, as I just mentioned, the flavanols in the chocolate themselves are really what gives chocolate most of its power. And again, as I mentioned, it's the dark chocolate. It's the flavanols in the cocoa that help our bodies maintain healthy levels of nitric oxide, which help our bodies, improve our blood flow and maintain proper blood flow. And so then, some other misconceptions about foods out there are things like potatoes. People still think, oh, potatoes, carbs, I shouldn't eat them. But potatoes, one of the things I love about potatoes in general, I always say is, when you look at a potato, this is what a potato looks like. It comes straight from the earth, right? It's not, when it comes to other carbohydrates, like let's say starchy dishes that people are eating like pasta. I always say food doesn't come, spirally shaped, from the ground. But potatoes come straight from the ground looking just like this you see here. So when you just even thinking about that, it makes sense that potatoes should be pretty good for us, right? But again, people can overeat them. People eat them in forms like French fries, which we know are not a great way to eat them. But if you want to incorporate potatoes into your meal plan this fall and this winter, they're a great, obviously, fall food. I always love talking about sweet potatoes because the compounds that make sweet potatoes orange also are the same compounds that provide many health benefits. We know the beta carotene, good for our skin health, also good for our eye health. And that sweet flavor can really satisfy a craving. And the sweetness also means that they are a little bit higher in sugar than other potatoes, but they raise our blood sugar level more slowly. So they don't affect our blood sugar as much. So I always tell people, don't worry so much about that little bit of extra sugar. You're getting so many benefits from those nutrients in there, but you still, of course, want to consume them in portion control. But I even have sweet potatoes at breakfast. At lunch, I load it up with sometimes nuts and seeds and make it a whole just great plant-based meal. And then, of course, roasting them at dinner or having a mashed sweet potato side dish is great too. And I even put sweet potatoes into my smoothie as well. And then another misconception too, around this time of year especially, I feel like people are doing lots of baking, and I don't know, I always think of granola. Granola is sort of obviously an all year round food, but for some reason during the holiday season, it seems like people are baking a lot and adding lots of granola to things. And granola can sometimes have that healthy halo where people are, think, oh, I can have as much as I want. It's just granola. It's good for me. But people often overdo it and overdo the sugar in the granola. So if you are at home making some granola, or if you're eating lots of store-bought granola, check that sugar. Try to make it on your own, and then you can customize it with the nuts and seeds you want to use, and make it with some applesauce or coconut oil. That's how I make it at home all the time.
Well, here's hoping there's no dentist listening right about now, but what amount of chocolate should we really eat?
What amount should you really eat? Well, that really depends. It really depends on the individual. Like I say, it depends what your goals are. It depends what your health issues are. So for some people, a half an ounce of chocolate a day could be great. For other people, maybe it's once a week. For other people, they can afford to have, 1 ounce of chocolate a day. It really depends on what else people are eating and what forms of chocolate they're eating. So for example, if you're having just, a chocolate supplement like this, where you're adding the true benefits, the flavanols of chocolate, you can have that daily. If you're having a milk chocolate bar, you certainly shouldn't be having that daily. You might not even be able to afford to have a milk chocolate bar once a week. It really, again, depends on your health issues, depends on your goals. Are you trying to lose weight? Are you maintaining? What else are you eating? Are you eating sugar throughout the day? So that really depends on the individual, but what I like to tell people to do is to make conscious indulgences as opposed to just, eating, especially around the holiday season, instead of just saying, oh, that looks good, let me have a bite of that. Oh, let me just have a bite of that. There's things around us all the time during the holidays, right? So what I always tell people is just indulge in a conscious manner. And for most people, that'll end up being, 2 to 3 times a week. So if you're at a party and you see, a cookie, it's not your favorite cookie, well, you know what? Not worth it. But if you know that you're going to, grandma's house for a holiday dinner and she makes your favorite dark chocolate cake, maybe that's a planned conscious indulgence. Plan on having a small, sliver of that chocolate cake. So that's a planned conscious indulgence. And when you plan like that, you're empowering yourself to eat in a healthy manner. So you feel good indulging there. You don't have that, oh, I shouldn't have it, and then you have it and you eat the entire cake. So making planned conscious indulgences is important for everyone. Again, the average person 2 to 3 times a week during the holiday season.
Where can our viewers go for more information?
You can go to cocovia.com, and you can also check out my website, nutritiouslife.com.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time today to talk with me. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.